Welcome back to the current. Hope you're doing well today. Let's just bring our hands onto our pelvic floor, making an upside down triangle. And ground your feet down into the earth. And just go into your body and feel your body. Feel your breath. Just notice if you're holding tension anywhere in your body. Breathe into your pelvic floor. Breathe into that triangle in your hands. And let's just rub the hands together. Rubbing the hands together, bringing warmth and the awareness of the electrical current into our hands. Bringing the fingernails together, the knuckles. Rub the hands again. And then we're going to form an upside down triangle and place it right over the pelvic floor. And again, let's breathe into it. And then connect to your tailbone. And imagine there's a pencil or a colored marker that's right at the tip of your tailbone. So you can sort of send your pelvic forward a little bit so that the tailbone is facing straight down. Natural curve in your back. Unlock your knees. And then you're just going to start to make super small spirals on the floor. Start with the little part of the spiral and then make that spiral a little bit bigger. Breathing in and out. In and out. Expanding that spiral. The energy of the sun this week is in the gift of expansion. So just witnessing that spiral expand with your awareness, with love, bringing love, softness, and a little creativity. Maybe the marker has a color. What color is your spiral? Okay, come back to center. Come back to your breath. Now we're gonna, same thing we did yesterday, we're gonna take the right hand and we're going to spiral the tailbone, the fascia around the tailbone. So you're just gonna twist it like this and twist it from left to right. And then at just above your pubic bone, we're gonna twist the opposite direction. This is a tailbone torque, torquing the fascia. Let's breathe in through the mouth and exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 3. Inhale through the nose and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And release. Bringing your hands back in that upside down triangle to your pelvic region. And just make some figure eights. If you have space to walk in a figure eight, do that. So yesterday we did this exercise and I felt pressure move into my throat after doing that. So when we torque the skin on the fascia, it changes the pressure in the body. We have 3 different pressure zones. We're a pressurized system. when we can just in such a simple way torque the skin, it forces the fascia underneath to move in different ways, and it can reveal different pressure spots in our body. Let's keep doing the figure 8. And so at first I was surprised with the connection to the throat, but the energy of this gene key 53 that we're in the sun transit of right now is all about new beginnings. How we start something is how it goes. And if there's any fear in our bodies as we're taking that start, we feel this pressure to take action. This gift of awareness is about becoming aware of why we take action, not needing to know how it's going to turn out, but just getting really clear on that why. And so I had some really big breakthroughs yesterday, and some events, interesting events happened that literally brought me into more awareness, which was really awesome. So I'd love to hear if you were here yesterday. That was the intention that we set. So now we're going to come back to our pelvis, and we're focusing here because this is the physiology associated. And I mean, if we think about, this is the area where we hold, where we release, where we create, where we eliminate, where we reproduce, where we stabilize. And I think a lot of us hold tension here. So this is about softening and just connecting with awareness, expanding our awareness to this area, bringing creativity and love. So let's come back to the tailbone exercise. We'll draw the spiral, this time in the other direction. So if you can remember what direction you were doing, we're going to do it the other way. If you have a different color this time, and just connect to the tailbone, to the floor, and start with the very inner part of the spiral. And with each exhalation, just let that whole pelvic region soften. Maybe observing any differences after doing that tailbone torque as well. And just slowly making that spiral bigger. As you inhale, just see if you can get in touch with the pelvic floor dropping into the earth or moving towards the earth. And as you exhale, it sort of comes up towards the body, the diaphragm. Inhale. And exhale. And you can just whisper to yourself, can I soften? I invite my body to soften even more. Can I let this new movement begin without knowing where it's going? Okay, coming back to center, just shake it out. And do some figure 8s with your hips. Breathing. And just feeling that truth of that infinite wave, that infinity wave, connecting into the highest frequency of this 53, gene key 53 of superabundance. And in this gene key, Richard Rudd speaks to the difference between wealth and prosperity. Prosperity is always flowing. It's always moving, just like our breath in and out. Whereas wealth comes with this idea of hoarding, with the shadow frequency of immaturity and believing our safety comes from the external. Let's do the affinity wave the other way. Whereas the prosperity. The idea of prosperity is that we always have exactly what we need to prosper, to fulfill our higher purpose in life. And that line in the book really stood out for me these last couple of days. And getting to some deeper layers of where I was subtly looking outside for safety and where I could bring more safety into my body. So that's been my current personal story the last couple of days. I'd love to hear from you what you experienced so far this week. It's again new beginnings. Good morning. And this is a new beginning kind of energy. And I feel grateful that I'm in my third key, the third gene key, just starting this and being able to really bring some clarity and awareness around why I was guided to do the current and show up every day with embodiment, contemplation, inviting the energy of the sun to have its current move through my body in a really intentional way, and then carry that contemplation through my day and witnessing what people come into my life, what situations come into my life, and how that's bringing more awareness to allow myself to embody more of my gifts and then share that. So I love to hear, if you do the practice, what comes up for you. Feel free to share, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.